All right, settle down. Welcome to Live from Dennis's House, only on 474 The Mix, where the music matters. I'm your host, Dennis Morgillo, and each week we transport you back in time to a simpler time, to a happier time, when men were men, and there were only two rules. Don't be stupid and don't kill anyone. I want to take you back to a time when you could smoke cigarettes at your desk and drink 3 more martinis at lunch. Back to a time when you could ride a bike without a helmet, drive a car without a seatbelt. And also back to a time when the life expectancy was 52. I want to take you back to a time when my bath toys were a radio and a toaster. Back to a time when there was no such thing as AD&D, ADD, ADHD. You were a pain in the ass. That's what you were. There was no peanut allergies. They told you sit down, shut up, and eat this peanut butter sandwich. There was no dyslexia. They called you stupid and said sit down, shut up. So that's right. I am taking you back to 1964. Back to your basement, bedroom, rec room, attic, wherever you hung out listening to your vinyl albums. So dust off those old records and get ready for some fun memories. Today, we are spotlighting the 1964 classic album, Live at the Regal by B.B. King. Hold it up. Welcome back. Now, let's meet the crew. To my right, I have my sidekick and co-host, Cha-Cha.
Hi.
To my left, I got head writer Stephen Bello.
Hi, gang.
And the musical director and band leader is not here today. She has a big gig in New York City. So we have a fill-in for tonight, the legendary Corey Muller.
Good evening.
So, for those of you who have been with the show for many years, Corey was once the executive producer of the show.
Until I was fired.
Yes.
After 3 shows.
Unfortunately.
Because I couldn't get a live baby.
Yes, I requested a laughing baby, and Corey could not produce it. And I'm
still on the FBI watch list.
Yeah, you can say that.
There was also a funds misappropriation that I don't want to go into right now, but Corey is back for a special segment today, and if he behaves himself, I'm going to give him some ginger snaps, and it's going to be awesome. So, all right, so we're going to get right into the Man About Town segment. This is our first show back from Thanksgiving and our long break. How long were we off for? 3 weeks? A month?
Like a year.
2 weeks?
3 weeks.
Something like that, but it's good to be back. And I hope everyone's had a nice rest. I know I did. Everybody had a nice Thanksgiving.
It was great.
Yes. So Thanksgiving has become my favorite holiday because it's the one holiday of the year that I don't have to travel anywhere, that all my family comes to my house and has to live by my rules, and I can boss them around, and it's just relaxing, and we could eat, and then we go get our Christmas tree, and it starts off the big Christmas season.
Yeah.
Plus, it's my birthday.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's missed my birthday, but this is your chance to wish me a happy birthday, so I don't have to put a pox on you and all your ancestors. So, not that much went on the vacation. I did a lot of Western relaxation, like I said. There was not exciting partying going on that I can talk about, was there?
No.
Do you recall anything?
No.
But,
we did have a good time, though.
Yes, the one thing I wanted to talk about, because it's fresh in my memory, I did it this weekend. I went to the Walking Dead convention in Secaucus, New Jersey. And I met The Walking Dead is, I'm going on record right now saying this, for me, The Walking Dead is the best drama ever to be on television.
Wow.
Does everyone? Yeah, that's a bold statement.
Yeah.
And that is better
That's
than...
bigger than Who Shot J.R.
That the show is better than Sopranos, better than Sons of Anarchy.
Wow.
Better than you
Three's
name
Company.
it. Better than Three's Company.
That's some
Wow.
good stuff. I gotta be honest, I've never watched it yet.
Well, that's your problem.
I never watched it either.
Right. So anyway, I went to this convention, and it was filled with freaks. And I waited online pretty much all day to get an autograph. I went with my daughter, of course, and she loves the show. She loves Daryl. So we waited online. We got Daryl's autograph. We got a picture with Daryl. And then at the end of the day, she confesses that she only went because she thought I wanted to go. That she was afraid to be around all these freaks and people in costume and all this stuff. And I said, what? I was only going because you were going. But it turns out, right after we got our picture with Daryl and Merle from The Walking Dead, a crazed fan, this is a true story, you can look it up, a crazed female fan was taking a picture with Daryl, and she started saying how she pretends that she's married to him and all this kind of stuff, and then she bit him. She bit him right on the arm. And she was escorted out, and that was it. She didn't get the rest of her autographs and all that kind of stuff. But I think that he should have the right, because it's a zombie show, that would have been great if he just freaked out and stabbed her in the head and killed her like she was a zombie.
Take his bow and arrow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Bow and arrow. It's a crossbow.
Oh, sorry. I don't watch the show, so sorry, Daryl.
So, all right. So, the one other thing I wanted to discuss, that in the car, my daughter also informed me, because Neil Young's song, Old Man, came on, and she said, you know, I was thinking about this. I like this song. I think this should be our dance when I get married. And I was like, what? I thought she was kidding at first and making fun of me because I was an old man. She goes, no, think about it, you know, that you'll be an old man by then. She's only 15. Hopefully I'll be an old man. And she says, and the song goes, I'm a lot like you were, and she says, we're a lot like that. And I started thinking about it for a second, but it's not going to happen.
No?
I said, you need to do a song like Wind Beneath My Wings. That's what I am, not an old man. So I put the kibosh on that.
That is so funny. She's amazing. Oh, man.
All right, welcome back. And now we're going to talk about the events, some events of 1964. For example, it was the debut of G.I. Joe that year in 1964. As you can see, sitting right behind Corey there on the shelf there, he was introduced to the world in 1964, the greatest toy of all time. And then Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the TV show, debuted that year. And Corey's favorite show of all time, Gilligan's Island, debuted that year.
That is my favorite show.
It was a big year. So, and 1964 was really a turning point in the world, I got to say. That the world was still reeling from the JFK assassination, late 1963, right? And then early 64, the Beatles came to America, and they were on the Ed Sullivan Show, and it changed the world. And then the biggest event of all happened that year, that late 1964, I was born.
Yeah.
And the rest is history. Nothing's been the same since. Those three pivotal events of that year. So can you imagine a time when I wasn't around? Can you imagine, like, it must have been like, I'm picturing it like in The Wizard of Oz, like when it all of a sudden went to color, when they were black
Everything
and white.
was black and white before Dennis was
It turned to color. And that was kind of the year that color television was invented, wasn't it? Like 1964? Everything was black and white till I was born. I'm going on record saying.
I kind of feel like your brothers and sisters should be here for this.
Well, the first season of Gilligan's Island was in black and white.
Exactly.
Yes.
See?
That's true.
So it was right after that. Then the whole world blossomed. So you can thank me for that. And that was the last year of the baby boom generation, by the way. So I may be one of the very last of the baby boomers. Anyone... There was probably people born in December of 64, right?
Probably.
A couple people.
At least.
But I'm in the last batch, I got to say. After that, they said, all right, we're calling these people something else. I don't even know. What was the generation after the baby boomers called?
Generation X, aren't
Nah, I don't think so. Was it?
I think so.
I
think
I'm
so.
Steven,
Get on
Google
that.
that.
Yeah, I gotta get on that.
So,
I have no clue. I don't even know what
I'm-
you're talking about. I don't even know what a baby boomer
You're
is.
an
How about that?
I'm an X.
I'm an X, and now they're millennials, right?
Yeah,
Right.
the worst,
The-
worst generation of all. Each
Well-
generation
We
gets a
raised
little
them.
stupider
That's
and
right. That's
a little
right.
weaker, I got to say.
And now the new generation is called the Founders.
What?
Yeah, I heard that.
I thought it was
made that up.
millennials. Oh, after the millennials and
After
now
the
founders?
yes.
How is that possible? The
2000
founders of what? We've already
I don't
been
know
found.
what it means.
They
Peanut
got the cool sounding name.
I think ours is better. Generation X. There's nothing better than that.
We could
Yeah,
have been the
that's pretty cool.
outsiders, like the
Yeah.
movie, though.
Yeah,
That's
that
true.
now it should be called the weak and the helpless. I think that's what this next generation
It comes
is
on
called.
at Young and Restless.
All right, so now we're going to go to Cha Cha, gossip columnist to the stars, for the word on the street.
Well, I'm going to keep it short because I think Corey's a great guest. So I only have
where'd you
2
get that
stories.
from?
Well, I could just feel it. Like he's really funny.
You're putting a lot of pressure on him now.
Sorry, Corey. Have a ginger.
Ginger, I will. Thank you.
Okay. So my one story is that Kanye West and Kim Kardashian West had a baby boy.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
on December 5th, and they named him Saint West, and he was 8 pounds 1 ounce.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a pretty cool name.
Saint West is called?
Saint West.
Nah.
Yeah,
All right.
it's
Well,
not bad.
You know my theory about this, right? You know my story. What happened? I told this last time about the succubus, how the Kardashian father sold his soul, and now the whole family is succubus, and there's a curse on all the boys. So now this new boy is in trouble. He better run.
Oh, the poor baby.
He's got the mark of the devil on his head, I bet.
Okay, next
They should
story.
have called him Damien, if anything. All right, go ahead.
Well, this is pretty much in line with what you were saying, but it's confirmed that Madonna and Sean Penn have reunited.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
I love that
Yes,
story.
That's like
that it
30 years
happened.
later.
Yes, and
That's awesome.
actually, the real story is who brought them together, and it was actually Madonna's daughter Lourdes who was, approached Sean Penn. And
Is Sean Penn her father?
No.
Oh, really?
No, her father is like some
Is that
like
that?
weight room guy or
I
something.
thought it was
like,
the
he
that
wasn't-
movie director,
no,
Guy Ritchie.
no. That's Madonna's son's
Oh, brother.
father. Yes, but
She
her
doesn't know who
daughter.
the father is.
No, he was her trainer or something like that. I'm serious. He was
Schwarzenegger,
like
that's
a
what it
trainer.
was.
And
Lourdes
and,
Schwarzenegger.
yeah.
Well, that's
So-
actually a good story. I like
yeah, I
Sean
like
Penn.
Sean
Happy
Penn.
about
And
Great actor. He was from my favorite comedy movie of all
me
time,
too, me too,
Fast Times,
Dennis.
Ridgemont High.
Yes.
yeah, he was
Yes.
great. And
Yes,
he'll always
great.
be Spicoli.
Yeah. Good actor.
Yeah,
So, is that all you got?
that's all I got.
All right. Thank you very much. Now,
Awesome.
what you've been waiting for. We have Corey Muller, who is back. Did I mention that he used to be the executive producer?
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
And the last time Corey was here we were back at the old Ed Sullivan Theater where we were recording, and it's good
Merv
to see
Griffin.
Corey back. Yes. And so now Dee Dee Pie is not here, who usually does the making the scene out on the town. So we're going to have Corey do the opposite of that, who not making the scene and in and shut in. Because
24/7.
Corey hasn't left the house in a year and a half.
Dennis had to give me a lucrative deal just to come out for the show.
Yes, the only way you'll get Corey out of the house is if you have ginger snaps. So, all right, Corey. Now, why don't you? Because Corey, as you may or may not know, he was in the Navy for many years. What, 45 years or something?
48.
You were a rear admiral, weren't you?
Upper half, yes. Commodore of the fleet.
I always want to say rear admiral. That sounds wrong, doesn't it? So anyway, Corey was a rear admiral in the Navy for many years. He retired with a full pension, and now that he's retired, he's going to give us his report of what happens in the life of someone who's retired, and we're all going to be jealous because we all got to work like dogs. So tell us a typical day in the life of Corey Muller.
A typical day in the life of Corey Muller.
Yeah.
Well, I roll out of bed probably around 10 o'clock in the morning.
Very nice.
I pop in some Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny,
Awesome.
or some Tex Avery cartoons, Ventriloquist Cat, and Symphony of Slang. And then I proceed to get myself a mixing bowl of Cocoa Puffs.
Do you ever switch that up? You ever go to Captain Crunch or anything? Or it's always
Absolutely
Cocoa
not.
Puffs?
No, always Cocoa Puffs.
All right,
always
good,
Cocoa
good.
Puffs. And then after Bugs is over, I like to switch it up between Gilligan's Island, The Honeymooners.
Oh, my
nice.
God.
I don't watch any up-to-date television.
No current,
No, I
nothing
don't-
after 1964.
Yeah, I don't know what a Walker is. It has something to do with Texas and Chuck Norris, I think. I don't know. But my days consisted of that. Wardrobes, usually a bathrobe, and pajama pants. I do change them every day. Like, I get up and take a shower, and I just
And you do shower too?
yeah, and I
Nice,
just
nice.
I put on another pair of pajamas and a clean house coat.
House
And,
coat. Oh.
The two things I do that's actual labor is I get the kids off the bus around 2:15 and 2:45.
Somehow they get on the bus.
Yeah. I don't know how they get
don't know
there.
how
Yeah, I think we hired somebody for that. I don't know. But and then I cook dinner.
Oh,
okay.
that's
All right.
nice.
But
What does that consist of? What is your specialty?
my specialty is pot roast, mashed potatoes,
Ooh.
homemade gravy, and a choice of vegetable.
Wow,
Wow.
very good.
That is awesome stuff.
I was
thank
expecting SpaghettiOs.
Yeah.
No, it's
Very good.
If it's the one thing that I have to do, I try to do it right. Everybody likes to have a good meal, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
with some love in it. So
Very nice.
That's my mission every day. And other than that, I just goof off and
And you do your
sort of thing.
painting and
I
stuff?
paint.
Yes.
Yes, I paint. I play a few different musical instruments during the day, whatever suits me, and I try to avoid all contact with the outside world as much as possible because the way things are running out there.
I gotta tell you, you're not missing much
No,
out
yeah.
there.
Your
It's a
life
sad
sounds
world.
better
Yeah,
than
sounds
just
good,
about
man.
anybody else's.
Corey's like Austin Powers, so he has no idea what's going on, like what is going on in the world or anything. So we'll.
I don't know who the new Batman is. I have no idea. I always thought it was Val Kilmer. I don't know.
That's so
All
cool.
right, I would expect Adam West. Yeah, I know
He
that.
made it to Val
Yeah,
Kilmer. That's
so-
good.
Well, I was still working that.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
okay.
So that sounds
It's a
very
great day.
awesome. I got
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
a
know.
great-
It gets old after a while, but everyone should try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
About
would like
6
to try it
months.
for a few years.
Yeah.
at least.
All right.
Especially if you're married and your spouse is home. They want to stick your head in the oven after about 3 months. So you kind of got to get smart and start doing something like cooking or whatever. You got to earn your keep. You still have to earn your keep even though you're retired.
All right, very good. So we'll come back to you. Think of anything else you want to discuss, but now we're going to switch over to Stephen Bello with the joke of the day. How's it going,
Joke
Stephen?
Very, very well.
What's been going on with you?
I gotta say, I had a nice vacation. Then I missed you very much.
I bet.
I got a tattoo finally.
Oh, really?
Whoa.
Our boy Dougie finished my tattoo. I was very happy with
Wow.
that. And everything else I did, I can't even talk about. You know what I'm talking about? Illegal activities, a lot of fun. A lot of fun. But
So what is this
I'm
tattoo?
reverted.
Tell me
Yeah.
about this tattoo.
Oh,
first.
it used to be.
Is it the Dennis Live from Dennis's house logo?
No, I didn't get that. That's my next one. But this one was years ago. I got barbed wire going around my ankle.
Oh,
Don't ask
really?
me why.
Yeah.
Right? It was so embarrassing because like a month later,
Yeah, I'm
Pamela
glad
Anderson
you're sitting
got
all the
it.
way over
Is that
there with that
ridiculous?
tattoo.
And everyone's going, "Oh, you got that because she got it." No,
Girl
she got
tattoo.
it because I got it. But yeah, it was a
At
girl.
least it wasn't a tramp stamp, right?
Did it come with a matching butterfly?
No comment.
So it is. It's not even.
No,
you
no,
said it was
it's
on
not-
your ankle.
no,
All right,
no,
all right.
that's a different
I
one.
wouldn't want to see you bending over and your thong hanging out with your tramp stamp. Yeah.
So Dougie covered it up with a huge phoenix rising from the ashes. It's
Wow.
I
Very
love
nice,
it.
very
very
nice.
It's bigger than my skinny leg. It's awesome.
It wraps around to the
yeah,
other
yes,
leg.
yeah, it's crazy.
So, what
All right.
else is going on?
So I'm going to tell you a little joke that I remember from the old days.
All right, sure.
A guy walks into a library and asks for a book on suicide.
Right.
The librarian says, "Get lost. You won't bring it back." Now that is horrible, but I love that.
Get it, Corey?
I did. Can I give it back?
All right, now we're going to talk about the record now, B.B. King and Live at the Regal. Woohoo, let's have an applause for B.B. King, Live at the Regal. Let me state that we did have a musical guest coming on who picked this album, but he had to cancel at the last minute. His chlamydia was rearing its ugly head. So, but he apologized, and so we may reschedule. Normally, I never reschedule a guest who cancels, except Corey, who, as you know, is a Corey roulette. 50-50, he shows up. And he showed up today. So I'm going to Atlantic City right
I would
after
play the
this.
lottery today.
Exactly. So, all right. So this album, now, I'm going with the year 1964 because this concert was recorded in 1964, November 21st, 1964. At the Regal Beagle in Chicago. That's why they call it Live at the Regal, right? But the album didn't come out till 65. And this album that you're holding in your hand was actually re-released in 1971. So and I think it was then re-released again on CD and all this, everything. So it was widely heralded as one of the greatest blues albums ever recorded and is number 141 on Rolling Stone's 500 greatest albums of all time. And in 2005, Live at the Regal was selected for permanent preservation in the National Recording Registry at the Library of Congress in the United States. So, and a lot of musicians use this as a primer before they go on. Like Eric Clapton says he listens to this before he goes on a concert. John Mayer, Mark Knopfler, all these guys. And then this was also included in the 1001 albums you must hear before you die. So let's talk a little bit about B.B. King now. Does anybody know what his real name is? No, you do not. It's Riley B. King, and he was born in Mississippi in 1925 to sharecropper parents. Now, that's where that comes from. I always make that joke, and I said, that's a great way to come up. I wish I had sharecropper parents. You know, it's like I have a boring story. I just had two parents. I came from Queens. But I would love to say, I was born in Mississippi, sharecropper parents, and all that stuff. So, and it's very controversial here. When he was 4, his mother left his father for another man, and the boy was raised by his maternal grandmother, and he learned to sing and play guitar in church, and he was given the nickname Blues Boy. And if you shorten that, what does it come down to? BB. Yes.
Awesome.
Wow,
So,
that's great.
And then during one show in Twist, Arkansas, a brawl broke out between two men, and it caused a fire. So he evacuated along with everybody else, but he ran back in to get his guitar, right? And he said he found out later that the two men were fighting over a woman named Lucille, right?
Cool.
So he named the guitar Lucille as a reminder not to fight over women or run into any more burning buildings.
Wow.
So, and this guitar is the most famous guitar of any guitar, I'd have to say. It's a Gibson ES 355. Everybody knows Lucille. And I think it should be in a museum or something. I wonder where it is now. Corey, you have any idea where Lucille is?
No, because there was numerous Lucille's.
But I mean the original, the one that he
the
ran
original?
back in to get out of the fire.
No clue.
All right. Steven looked that up too.
I'm going to get on that one.
So following his first Billboard Rhythm and Blues chart #1 hit, 3 O'Clock Blues in 1952, he became one of the most important names in R&B music in the 50s, and he had an impressive list of hits. And then this led to an increase in his weekly earnings from about $85 to $2,500. Wow. And he had appearances at major venues such as the Howard Theater in Washington and Corey's Boom Boom Room in Harlem. So, Stephen, you may not know this, but that's where I met Corey. Right after the war, Corey ran a club up in Harlem called Corey's Boom Boom Room. Yeah,
The dice game's in the back.
I love that story.
Yes, and I owed these guys money, and they were hanging me upside down into the shark pit out in the backyard, and Corey stepped in and saved me.
Nice.
And that's how we've been friends since then.
Oh, my God.
So, and then he toured on the Chitlin circuit, which also
Chitlin.
we toured many years on the Chitlin circuit, and just all this kind of stuff. He had a great career, and what else happened with him? He's this album. He said himself, B.B. King said that Regal Live is considered by some the best recording I've ever had. And he said that particular day in Chicago, everything came together. And this was just pure perfection, and it is a great album. And then B.B. King went on to like superstardom because back in the 60s, when bands such as, Eric Clapton, Cream, the Rolling Stones, all these bands, Led Zeppelin, they grew up on these 50s blues artists. And when they became famous, all the kids and the fans who loved them went back and researched all these blues artists, and that's how I got turned on to it too. I always heard Rolling Stones and Led Zeppelin talking about all these blues guys, so I went into it. I started listening to it, and then B.B. King opened for the Stones in '69.
Gave them a second career, those guys, like
Exactly.
Muddy Waters and all of them. Yeah.
See, but
absolutely.
the thing is, they gave him a second career, but they were all still bitter about it, that they were angry that these white boys from England were making billions and millions of
true.
dollars stealing all their stuff.
Right.
But, what are you going to do? So he actually went on to win a Grammy in 1970 for what could be the most famous blues song of all time, Thriller's Gone. And he appeared on TV shows. I remember seeing him on Sanford and Son, and he was on The Cosby Show. And I wonder if Cosby ever slipped him a Mickey while he was on the show. And then, he went on to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He played with U2, that famous song. He's opened up his own blues clubs, B.B. King's blues clubs, all over the world.
They're great.
And in his personal life, he was divorced 2 times, and is rumored he fathered 15 children with 16 different women. And think that over.
I'm trying to do the math. I'm getting a
And
headache.
he had diabetes. He lived with that for over 20 years. He was a licensed pilot. And his favorite singer was Frank Sinatra.
Wow.
So,
I did not know that.
And he
That's-
just left us
wow.
this year. He died
Yes.
May 14th at the age of 89. So it was a good, long life. He left a great legacy.
Played up to
Right.
almost the end.
Exactly. He
Yeah.
was known to be like 350 dates a year he would be playing throughout his career.
Wow.
Hence the 15 children.
Yeah.
So, he was a legend and could be the most famous of all the blues musicians, and he's the king of the blues. So we will miss B.B. King. There'll never be another one like him. So now let's smell that album. That album looks really good. I got to say, it's falling apart at the seams. How is it?
Does smell good.
That was some awesome stuff, man.
Yes.
It's
Learned
not,
about
it's-
BB King.
it's-
Can you smell Chicago in it, or is it just
I
subtle?
smell the back room of a smoky.
Yeah, Smoky Club,
Club
the
with-
fire. Can you smell the
yes.
fire?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Back to the boom
that
boom
brings us
room.
right back to the boom boom room. So let's smell this out. Oh, that's awesome. Look at all that
Yeah.
stuff in there. Good stuff here. All right. So, what's next?
Smells like 15 kids.
Welcome back. Now, let's talk about what's happening in the world. First, we'll do a little news here now that Corey and Steven are both all hopped up on ginger snaps. We took a little ginger snap break. Steven asked, what's in that, cinnamon?
It's the same stuff I put in the brandies.
What a
Cinnamon
dope.
snaps. So, all right. So I got a good
That
news
was
story
great.
here. So it was a sex game gone wrong. A nice Christmas story here for you. A 91-year-old Portuguese woman suffocated to death during a freaky sex game with her 49-year-old married neighbor, authorities said. The woman was discovered in her bed, naked from the waist down, and flanking a sex toy in Porto, Portugal. How many times has that happened to you, Steve?
I
Is
was
that what you
lucky,
couldn't
though.
talk about this weekend?
I was lucky. I'm still alive.
Flanking a sex toy. I don't even know what that means,
yeah.
but it sounds bad. So the next door neighbor, who happens to be a married father of 2, was collared after officials discovered his DNA in the semen at the scene. The Mirror reported. So it sounds like Patsy and Elmo have a follow-up hit to Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer for next Christmas. This is going to be the new Christmas classic.
Grandma got flanked by the neighbor.
Now, can you explain this? There's a 49-year-old married man and a father of 2, and he's with the 91.
Oh, man.
Did everyone get that 91?
Well,
Yeah, there's nothing
Maybe
we
she
can
was
say
a
about
good
this.
91.
Yeah,
No.
right.
Like
a
Sophia
I
Loren.
heard-
good 91.
I heard she looked good for age.
I
She
hope
looked
she had a lot of
87.
money.
Yeah. So, and
Wait,
and
now were
God
they
knows what-
dating? Did you say they, or was she a willing participant?
Oh yes,
in this?
yes,
Oh,
yes,
oh,
yeah, absolutely. Otherwise, it
Okay.
wouldn't have been a funny story.
Right. Okay.
Oh,
I was just
Yeah, that would have been a really different story.
trying to
But you gotta admit that's gonna be the best Christmas song. We're gonna write that right after this. Screw Patsy and Elmo. Like Steven
Yeah.
said, flanked by.
Grandma got blood.
Oh, that's horrible. I
Pick
wouldn't
up
even
his
do
sex
that.
toy.
See,
Throw
now
it in.
people need to live their life better than that. When you're 91 and you're going out like that, it's not right. You should go in your sleep, dignified like BB King.
Yes.
Her name was actually Lucille. That's how this came back in, because it was the woman that was in the club when it went on fire.
Oh man.
So there goes that. All right.